Hello po! I'm Stella and I'm a practicing Filipino family medicine doctor here in Australia. I thought to make a series of blogs, in fact, para lang po ma-share ko yung aking journey here as a doctor in Australia. So the pathway that I am on, it's called the PEP Specialist Pathway. It's a pathway that is being offered to those Filipino doctors who are at least a diplomate in family medicine. The other requirements po, kailangan na ikaw ay full-time practicing as a family medicine specialist sa Philippines at least 48 months. You have to be working as a family medicine doctor at GP practice for at least 48 months. And at the same time, dapat mas maganda siya kung full-time. By the way, ang full-time sa Australia, that will be 38 hours per week na divided over 4 days per week. Ganyan during that time sa akin, kung paano nila dinescribe, paano nila qualify yung pagiging full-time. Okay? Now, apart from being a diplomate in family medicine, tapos dapat ikaw ay at least nag-work as a GP for the past 48 months. Ang other requirement is dapat you have 50 hours at least of CPD. So yan yung mga webinars, conventions, mga conferences. Dapat meron ka at least 50 hours of CPDs, continuing, yung development natin, mga CMEs kumbaga sa atin sa Philippines, for the past 12 months. Yun yung mga basic na requirements na ina-assess nila to determine whether you are eligible to be on that pathway. PEP Specialist Pathway, being a Filipino FAMED, the highest eligibility that we can get is only partially comparable. Basically because yung ating healthcare system is not that similar as the one that we have in Australia, kasi yung atin sa Philippines is more American based, pero I think dito more of European kasi sila, so it's a little bit different in some aspects. Also, because our language, the ano yun tawag yan? Ano yun? Language of instruction ba yun? Language of instruction, hindi kasi siya full English, diba? Kasi meron tayong dialect, kaya yan din yung isang minus points. Kaya hindi tayo substantially compatible sa standards ng Australian medicine. But at least, kung partially comparable ka, pwede na. Okay? Now, question, Doc, what if diplomate ako for this year, pero the past 2 years, geriatrician ako, or ED lang ang work ko, hindi kaya nag-occupational medicine ako, will I still be eligible? Actually, meron na po tayong ibang doctors who are subspecialists na hindi po naging eligible for the PEP Specialist Pathway. Ang reason being is because kapag nag-subspec ka, hindi na general practice yung practice mo. So, naturally, RACGP will not consider your experience or your work experience as solely family medicine or general medicine. General practice. Kaya, hindi po sila nagiging eligible on the pathway. May ilan na din po na hindi po sila na-approve. And they were advised to take on either balik sa Philippines to practice as FAMED or to gain more number of months working as a FAMED para lang po mapunan yung 48 months na GP experience na kailangan ng RACGP. Alright. Anong kinaganda ng pathway na ito? So, of course, number one, no need na meron kang AMC1. And oh my God, AMC1 is parang balik ka sa PRC, diba? I mean, PRC, sa physician licensure exam. Kasi, ano siya, general medical information, ganyan yung kailangan mong anuhin sa AMC1. Plus, medyo may kamahalan. Hindi talaga siya medyo may kamahalan. Mahal talaga siya. Kasi during my time, back in 2022, it was just around 95,000 pesos. And then, later that year, parang beginning ata ng 2023, nag-increase na sila to 112 or 115 ba yun? So expensive. If you take the exam, most likely, hindi ka papasa agad-agad with just one take. So, kadalasan, it had to be twice or thrice na take ng AMC1 before ka pumasa. Ganun siya kahirap na exam. So, if you are on the PEP Specialist Pathway, edi mas maganda kasi at least you don't have to spend that much para lang maipasa ang AMC1. Okay? Second, wala ka na ding requirement. There's also no requirement for you to do the PESCI. Ang PESCI means ano nga ba meaning ng pre-employment structural clinical interview, I think. Yeah. Parang merong ang sabi, before ka talaga mag-start working as a doctor, you have to successfully pass this interview, para siyang panel interview ng mga, of course, mga doctors na dito sa Australia. And then they're going to test your clinical skills in terms of parang theory lang ata. So merong situation, and then you have to defend how to manage the patient. Ganun yung PESCI. So sa PEP Specialist Pathway, there's no need for that. Now, okay, we don't have the AMC1, we don't have the PESCI, but when you are already here in Australia practicing as a doctor under the PEP Specialist Pathway, you have to pass 3 fellowship exams within the 2 years of candidacy. Philippines, wala naman tayong fellowship exams, diba? Kailangan mo lang na meron kang 5 years as faculty or 2 years na training officer ka, and then you become a fellow na. But here, no, you have to pass 3 exams before you can be conferred the rank of fellow. And kapag na-confer ka na as a fellow, that means to say you are a GP specialist already. Ganon siya. Okay? Okay, if you want to know more about that, sa next vlog, I'll talk about how I went about with the application. Kasi, during my time, wala akong mapagtanungan. Most of my friends, mga seniors, who are already practicing here in Australia, are actually on a different pathway. Yung pathway nila is a standard pathway. Although I am specialist na sila sa Philippines for a lot of years, pagdating nila dito, before they got here sa Australia, even when they're already practicing, I am specialist sa Philippines, they still had to pass yung AMC1 na exam. Without the AMC1 exam, hindi sila makakakuha ng work here, and also hindi sila eligible to be on a pathway. Yeah. In the next video po, I will talk about kung saan hahanapin yung link. It has been quite an exciting journey kasi kinakapa ko lang. I don't have anyone to ask. And then, yung mga napagtanungan ko naman, sabi, that's impossible kasi yung standard ng Philippine medicine is not at par hindi siya same dito. Hindi pwede yan. You really have to do the AMC1 first in the PESCI, or AMC1 plus the AMC2 bago ka pwede maging doctor here. No, there's no such thing as PEP Specialist, blah, blah, blah. But I did not heed kasi as of 2022 nga, no, diplomate of family medicine, pwede na. Yung training natin is somehow partially comparable. But that is just a piece. Marami pa pong ibang kailangan na requirements bago ka maging PEP specialist. And I will talk about that in my next vlog. So, please stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. Dr. Stella here. Again, bye-bye.